everybody, welcome. We are here today at Magic Kingdom. Check out the brand new construction that is happening for Disney Villains Land and Piston Peak, the brand new Cars area coming to this park. There's all sorts of new construction going up, footers going in place, foundations being created, ready to be poured. This is awesome and exciting. We are getting a little bit of an insight into what we're going to be expecting in this exciting new addition to Magic Kingdom. All right, big updates for Disney Villains Land and Piston Peak, the brand new Cars Land coming to Magic Kingdom. Lots of things have been happening. We've been talking a little bit about the brand new layout information that we received, knowing a little bit more about what's coming in Villains Land with the dark ride, the roller coaster, potentially some sort of new lounge and shopping and restaurants. But now we wanted to take a quick peek at Piston Peak because Cars Land is apparently going vertical now. They've been doing a lot of excavation, a lot of earth moving, but now they're starting to put up the foundations for the Cars area. We're seeing lots of scaffolding and things going up, things where they're going to be pouring concrete and creating new facades for the land. You think about the mountains, the sculptures, where the trees are going to be, creating carving pathways, and a lot of it is taking shape over near the Haunted Mansion. Things are going up over here. We know that the Haunted Mansion queue area, all that area out front of Liberty Square, is already got permits filed and things are changing. Based on the vendors that they're bringing in, it's going to be rock work, it's going to be aging of materials, it's going to be a lot of creative facade work for Haunted Mansion. Speculation is queue updates and potentially even bringing more decorative details to Haunted Mansion. If you go around the back side of Haunted Mansion, it's just a big square box. So they may be having to do some theming there now that they're going to be creating a new pathway over to Villains Land, because you're going to be able to see more elements of Haunted Mansion than you were able to see in the past because they cleared out Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America. Okay, now right behind me is the fencing right in front of Tiana's Bayou. You can see the log flumes going by right behind me. Just on the other side of this wall here is where they're putting the new foundations in. It's hard, I can't get it on camera. Right behind the scrim, that sort of fencing right there, you can see the scaffolding that's put up next to the fencing. But right in front of that scaffolding, there are these wooden tracks, if you will, foundation, like they're getting ready to pour concrete, where they're going to be filling in sections of Rivers of America, it looks like, with some foundation. So it's going to be really interesting because my expectation was that area, it was going to stay as water, and it very well could still be water because there's space between that foundation and where the fencing / the wooden walkway is. So I'm thinking that foundation that they're putting up there is going to become the kind of island, if you will, for Piston Peak. And then water is going to run between that foundation and the wooden bridgeway there. So not too wide of a space, but a decent amount where it's still going to feel like there is a water feature, if indeed that is going to be what they're doing. And then I can also see a lot of land has been cleared for Villains Land. I mean, it is just a massive amount of space. If you watched my recent video, you caught a little bit about the brand new layout with the sort of the dark ride, the roller coaster, the shopping, all that sort of stuff. And based on what I'm seeing with the excavation, it matches up with that layout. It looks like you're going to go from the Haunted Mansion area, a hard kind of left angle there, like a 45-degree angle to the left from Haunted Mansion, and go down behind sort of Thunder Mountain over to the right side of it, and then arc back to the right to where you'll actually see the new dark ride attraction and the roller coaster specifically. So that dark ride will actually sit partway behind the Haunted Mansion, which makes a lot of sense as to why now they're doing a lot of work on Haunted Mansion. This isn't just a refurbishment. They have a green netting, a green scrim or fencing, whatever it's called, up in front of the Haunted Mansion, blocking, I'd say like 75% of the Haunted Mansion is covered by this green netting. And it is specifically the side of the Haunted Mansion that is going to be more visible and showing when you're in Piston Peak or Villains Land. So they are definitely updating and adding on to and improving the decorations on that side of the Haunted Mansion, because that big show building is quite visible. Even right now I can kind of see it. Because with all those trees that have been removed, all that excavation, that sort of slanted, sandy hillside there, now you can kind of see through there. And if you're in Piston Peak or you're in Villains Land, you're headed over in that direction, you're going to see the backside of the Haunted Mansion and the show building over there. So they're going to have to do something to improve that so it doesn't like break the immersion. Haunted Mansion's one of the best versions of hiding all of that there is on Disney properties. So they really got to make sure they take care of business there. They do not want to mess that up. In addition, the queue situation for Haunted Mansion has kind of gotten a little bit out of control. It's with the new lightning lane that they've added, the Haunted Mansion queue just doesn't work. They expanded the Haunted Mansion queue years ago to add that new section. It's still just not enough anymore, not with the lightning lane. The lightning lane really messes everything up. So now the lightning lane itself goes all the way back half the time into Liberty Square. And so they need to figure out some solution to that. So the expectation or the speculation has been that they're going to update that keelboat landing there all the way up to the riverboat where the old riverboat used to be, updating that area to use it for some sort of queuing. And on the new layout for Villains Land, there's that square box there that's right to the left of, up to the left of the Haunted Mansion. And hypothesis there is that could be additional queuing area as well. I'm still holding out for some sort of Haunted Mansion like lounge of some kind. I hope it's not just restrooms. Again, that's a weird place because there's restrooms right around the corner with Tangled. So I don't think restrooms makes a lot of sense there. I think we're going to get something else that's more interesting. But it could just be extended queuing, so we'll see. One of the other interesting things to note when you look at the excavation that's been done in the Tom Sawyer Island area, seems like it has been excavated and built in a way where there is an entire central area of land that's been built up in the center with a sort of moat around the outside of it, which makes sense. That's kind of how Tom Sawyer Island was, but it's just been somewhat relocated a little bit farther towards Frontierland and Liberty, in the Liberty Square area. So there will be less of a moat area, still some water feature, but a little bit less moat area than what was there with Rivers of America, clearly. And so it does look like Piston Peak is going to be built up. Obviously, the fun map and the different versions that we've seen from the concept art, that whole center area is going to be basically a big mountain. So they're going to want to start, basically moving all that land into a big, hilly, humpy island. And then they'll add a bunch of, concrete and trees and fixtures and facades to make it look even taller like a big mountain. So it is interesting to see that starting to come together. But it does seemingly so far confirm that there will be a nice water feature, at least around half, if not 3/4 of Piston Peak. Now, while I'm over here, I want to take a quick look at the Tiana's Bayou Frontierland restrooms over here. This is the railroad station and the restrooms area for sort of a playground area. The restrooms are behind it, but this little block right here with the train station and the little playground in there, just this space alone is about 3,000 to 4,000 square feet, which really does line up pretty well with the railroad station, or what we believe is going to be the railroad station in the back of Villains Land based on that new layout. And I think it's going to end up being like a Tangled restrooms plus railroad station because it's a larger, it's like 8,500 square feet. So there could be a decent amount of stuff back there. And just looking at the excavated area, I can kind of see where it's going to be. It's actually pretty cool to look at it. I'm gonna sort of do an overlay of how the land layout is going to be on this video, so you can kind of see the excavated version that's happening right now as best as I can, since I can't get a great shot with how the layout might actually work. It's pretty cool to be able to see it in real life. Well, it's a little dark right now, but while we're looking at it, we might as well go ahead and take a look at the updated Big Thunder Mountain. They still got some scaffolding up, but I saw today earlier they were running the vehicles. They were running the cars on the track. So they're running the cars on the track. That means it's getting close to being ready to go for opening. So I expect a soft opening pretty soon here. We'll see. But yeah, it's coming right along. Now, I do have a few overview picture shots here of some of the foundations being poured. And this is really exciting because it essentially just confirms what I already reported out on these filings. The pattern is basically identical, this sort of zigzag pattern, right in the same location where the rally race attraction is supposed to be. That same layout, that same pattern can now be seen being set up as a foundation in the park. This is basically confirming that diagram that we've been talking about, we've been showing, looks like it is spot on. All right, so that's all I've got. Short video today, but just wanted to go through and see an update. I really am excited about the construction. I mean, big things happening. Really excited that things are lining up with the filings, with the permits, with the mapping. Still trying to figure out if there's going to be more stuff that just isn't showcased on those maps, because it feels like just with those few handful of facilities there, it's not quite lining up for me perfectly with all the stuff that's in that concept art. But again, a lot of that's just like fabrication and stuff that I'm expecting that doesn't necessarily need like some sort of foundation for it. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how it comes along. And Piston Peak, I wasn't like the biggest fan of Piston Peak because I do like Rivers of America. I didn't like seeing that get taken out, but I'm kind of excited now that I've seen the new concept art and things. I feel like they're going to be able to pull it off and make it work and still get that kind of like water, you know, sort of area. It's going to fit in pretty well. I think it'll look good. It'll still look like, have some like natural elements to it. And I think with that like mountain and the trees, I think they're going to be able to pull it off. And I think the Cars area over in Disney's California Adventure, Disneyland area, I mean, that's one of the best lands, bar none. So if they can do something as good as that, I feel like it's going to be awesome. So that's all I've got. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments, things I might be missing. What are your thoughts on it? Are you excited about Piston Peak and Villains Land? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to share this content with everybody you know. And once again, thanks so much for watching. So I'll see you next time. You know the way is the easy way. Bye-bye, everybody.